Did the Bible predict the Chernobyl disaster over 1900 years before it happened? This is one of the most chilling coincidences you'll ever hear, and it centers on a single, haunting word. Let's dive in. On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed the worst nuclear catastrophe in history. Reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine exploded, releasing a cloud of radioactive material that spread across Europe. The nearby city of Pripyat was evacuated, becoming a ghost town overnight. The disaster's name, Chernobyl, became synonymous with nuclear horror. The area is still heavily contaminated, a stark reminder of the event's devastating power. Now, here's where it gets strange. Let's turn to the book of Revelation, the final book of the New Testament, which describes a series of apocalyptic events. In chapter 8, verses 10 and 11, it says, "The third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star blazing like a torch fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had been made bitter. A great star, blazing like a torch, falling from the sky." This sounds eerily similar to a catastrophic explosion, like the one at Chernobyl, which lit up the night sky and sent radioactive fallout, a kind of poison drifting down. But the connection gets even more specific. The key is the name of that star, Wormwood. What does wormwood mean? It's a type of bitter herb, known for its pungent properties. But hear us, the mind-blowing part. If you translate the English word wormwood into the Ukrainian language, the language spoken in the region of the disaster, the word you get is Chernobyl. That's right, Chernobyl. So, the book of Revelation speaks of a blazing star named Wormwood that poisons the waters. And in 1986, a catastrophic event named Chernobyl, the Ukrainian word for wormwood, poisons the land and water with radiation. Coincidence or prophecy fulfilled? Let's break it down. The biblical text describes a star falling from the sky. The Chernobyl disaster was a ground-based explosion, not a meteor or comet. However, star in ancient texts could be a metaphor for a powerful or significant event, and the explosion was certainly a blazing torch that lit up the night. The prophecy also states that a third of the waters turned bitter, while the Chernobyl fallout contaminated rivers and reservoirs. Quantifying it as exactly a third is impossible. This is likely symbolic language, meant to convey a large-scale, devastating impact on the water supply, which did happen. The radioactive contamination made water undrinkable and poisoned the surrounding environment. So, we have a prophecy about a star named Wormwood, and a disaster named Chernobyl, which means wormwood, that metaphorically resembles a falling star and literally poisoned the water. For many, this connection is too precise to be just a coincidence. It's seen as a startling example of ancient text seemingly predicting a modern event with chilling accuracy. Of course, skeptics argue this is a case of retrofitting the prophecy. They point out that Chernobyl is a common name for the wormwood plant, and it's just a coincidence that the power plant was built near an area named after it. They also argue that the details don't perfectly match. It wasn't a literal star, and a third is a symbolic number. But even with these counter-arguments, the direct name correlation is hard to ignore. What do you think? Is the link between Wormwood and Chernobyl a fascinating linguistic coincidence? Or is it evidence of a prophecy that came true in the 20th century? It's a question that blurs the line between faith, history, and the unexplained. It makes you wonder what other secrets might be hidden in ancient texts, waiting for history to unfold. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into one of history's most intriguing mysteries. If you found this as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that makes you think.